One thing you must do if you go on a long road trip is to check the engine. Yep, still there. Good morning. Today I am on my way to go camping. It is my annual New Year's Eve camping trip. For the past 4 years I've gone camping after Boxing Day and up to New Year's, and I go by myself and I stay at a campground. A lot of people that I tell are like shocked. They're like, what, you go camping by yourself? And I don't know what it is exactly, like if it's like the fact that I go camping in a tent, or that I go on my own, or if it's like a safety thing, or if it's like a lonely thing. But you know that every year I also go overseas on my birthday. Well, this is like the same thing, but I stay in a tent and I just explore the area locally. This year I'm going to Bay of Islands. I'm staying at Paihia Top 10 Campgrounds, the same place that I stayed at last year, and I really like it. I love that place. It's like the best campground that I've ever stayed at. And Tommy's coming with me. I'm waiting for him. He's getting my coffee. But he's not so much a camper, so he's going to stay at his mum's house and at a friend's house nearby. Another reason why I like the area is because he can still come with me and he can still catch up with his friends, and I can still have my alone time. It's a 4-hour drive-ish. We're gonna hit a little bit of holiday traffic. Today is the 29th, so it's not as bad as it could be, but yeah, still a little bit of holiday traffic. But yeah, I thought I would just vlog and show you what I do when I go camping on my own, because it's not weird. It's actually, if you're introverted like me, you take a couple of books and you find cafes to go to, you find some walks to go to, you take your speakers and you just chill out. It is good fun. Hello, here he is with my coffee. Made it to Whangarei. I'm gonna show you guys the best bakery in town. My friend's family owns this place. I tell you, the customer service here is 100. Thank you. Just arrived at Paihia Top 10. Put in a few new features here that wasn't here last year. It looks really nice. Sand pit behind me, my campsite's up there, and then they put in a new swimming pool. Okay, this is my campsite. That's my gear tent. I'm gonna set up my tent here. But I have all this space to myself, except someone's got their one-person tent there. That's the rest of the campground. This is my setup for the night. I've got fairy lights. It's 9:30, so I'm gonna get into my warm sleeping bag and read a book. Had a good sleep last night, read my book. There's unlimited Wi-Fi and it's free here, so I watched some YouTube videos as well and then played Catan online. Today it's like 9:30 in the morning. I'm gonna go for a walk to Paihia, to the town centre, get a coffee, get some breakfast, and then go to Russell to go to Long Beach. Good morning, Tommy.
Morning.
This is the path, gonna walk along there. And then at low tide we can walk around the coast, but it's high tide now, so we have to go on the road up and down the hill. Okay, we're here now. Longest walk to get coffee. What a breakfast. We took the ferry to Russell and here we are. Made it to Pompeii House. We're just sitting here having coffees and I'm reading my book. I didn't tell you guys what I was reading, but I'm reading Law and Disorder by John Douglas. Really into serial killers at the moment, like the psychology behind them. And I started reading this one because it all started kind of with Mindhunter, which you guys know is on Netflix. I think it still is. But last year I was reading his book called Mindhunter. Mindhunter is pretty much based on him and his work in the FBI. So I'm reading his other book. Tommy's reading the book my dad got him for Christmas. Here is the first church that was established ever in New Zealand. Bullet holes. We're now walking to Long Beach after a nice relaxing time reading a book here, and we're gonna go through this, end up at Long Beach. Just stopped by the smallest countdown I've ever seen. It's like smaller than Countdown Metro in Auckland City. Now we are walking back to the campsite and it's low tide, so we can walk along the shores instead of taking the road. This is the path. If it was high tide, you just go up and down along the road, and this is the path when it's low tide like it is now. You just go around the rocks.
Come look at a periwinkle. That there's a periwinkle.
Where? Cool.
Underneath, see there's a crab.
Yeah.
And there's one right there at the top. See it'll move. And there might be one. Nope.
Pesto pasta, basil pesto pasta with parmesan and breadcrumbs, and I've got chili flakes on top. Good morning, guys. I'm just sunblocking up for the day. Tommy took the car to Kerikeri last night because that's where he's staying, so I don't have the car, so I'm gonna do the same walk that I did yesterday morning. I'm gonna walk to Paihia to get my coffee and breakfast and just hang out there. What's in my backpack? I've got on the bottom a long sleeve shirt in case I get cold, water, mascara, crackers, my book, a little bag. These sites here, you can open up your tent and it opens like right up onto the water's edge. I'm testing out the coastal path when it's high tide. Well, it was at the highest tide about an hour and a half ago, so I'm testing whether it is doable rather than taking the road, because the road was like really hot. It was like concrete path, uphill and then downhill, and the footpath was really narrow. It was mostly the uphill part that really just put me off. You can walk along the rocks, but you'll have to go ankle deep in some places, like around some of the rocks that stick out. But the water is really nice. It's so warm. I just want to go in for a swim, and there's heaps of people kayaking and paddleboarding. Just a really nice day. It's about 26 degrees. I'm at this place called Third Wheel in Paihia, and the locals will tell you that this is the best cafe in Paihia. There aren't that many, but I agree they have the best scones, and the vibe is just so cool. Like the decoration is like bikes, and there's like these cool seats. Well, I guess who decided to join me? He found me. Having our second coffee of the day. Cheers. Going to the beach. We're at the pizza shack for our New Year's Eve dinner. Good morning. I am checked out, I am packed up, and just stopping at Third Wheel for breakfast, having the savory muffin again and coffee. We're just filling up petrol in Kawakawa. Petrol here is at least 20 cents cheaper a litre than in Auckland, because in Auckland when we left it was like $2.10, and here is $1.90, and then in Whangarei it's like $1.80. I didn't tell you guys what I got up to yesterday. I didn't get most of it on camera, but I walked to Paihia. I had a coffee and a savoury muffin, and then Tommy came and found me about an hour later, and then we went to his friend's house. Yeah, that was fun. And then I was like feeling really tired, so we went to the beach, but it was too cold to have a swim, so we just walked around and then had pizza at Pizza Shack, and then came back to my tent, and I like tried to stay awake, but it was 8 o'clock and I was so tired, so I ended up going to bed at 10 o'clock. This is the famous Huntavasa toilet. Made a stop in Waipu, and they have a market on. Four hours later, we took State Highway 16 instead of State Highway 1 because it said that holiday traffic was building up. So here we are in Kumeu. We are stopping to get real fruit ice cream, which is my favorite type of ice cream. And this is a special place because this is where me and Tommy first hung out. This is where we first hung out back in 2017. I think it was like March or April. It's quite a far drive from where I live in central Auckland, and I just wanted someone to share the drive with. So I was like, Tommy, do you want to come? Not to get ice cream, was to get something else, but on the way he saw an ice cream sign and we stopped and had ice cream.